place, worm. Prepare yourself. Damn Saiyan.
So I've seen this comment in my comment section a few times now, and that is, if the Universe 6 Saiyans gain the Super Saiyan Blue transformation, they will stop watching Dragon Ball Super. And I'm not saying that I agree with you guys. I'm saying that personally, I think that it is quite plausible that they can get this transformation more, and I wouldn't put it past them to give them the transformation in the next arc, because there are a lot of seemingly good-hearted Saiyans, or pure-hearted Saiyans, in Universe 6 as opposed to Universe 7, so it'd be easier to find people to transform into Super Saiyan God and then up it to Super Saiyan Blue. All you would need is 6 pure-hearted ones, and I'm pretty sure you can find them in Universe 6. But I guess a lot of people or the people that are saying these comments are stating it because they would like to see, I would assume this is the reason, because they want to see the Universe 6 Saiyans go into their own different direction as opposed to the Universe 7 Saiyans. Like, instead of having Super Saiyan Blue be something that everybody can gain, and that kind of is foreshadowed in people stating that Caulifla, her Super Saiyan transformation was a little bit too easy compared to everybody else's Super Saiyan transformation. So my thoughts are that I wouldn't be against them using Super Saiyan Blue for the Universe 6 Saiyans. It would be pretty cool to see if they could do it, or what that would look like, or it'd be kind of neat to have more Saiyans that could train with Goku and Vegeta at Super Saiyan Blue level. But again, yeah, I would like to see them go in a different direction with the Universe 6 Saiyans, and I think they already started doing that with the Super Saiyan Berserker transformation, or the legendary Super Saiyan form that they have for Kale. So I propose that it would probably be the best thing for the show if the Universe 6 Saiyans went a completely different way, and instead of going into Super Saiyan Blue transformation, went into Super Saiyan 4 transformation. Yes, you heard it here. And a lot of you guys are already going straight to the comment section. Super Saiyan 4 is not canon. It died with GT. Forget about GT. It's pure garbage, or something along those lines. I don't believe that. I don't think that it's pure garbage. I think a lot of the things in there were garbage, but there were a lot of good things that happened in there. And if you think that things from GT didn't make it into Super, well, they did. Well, for the main thing is that we have Pilaf and the gang and their children. That happened in Dragon Ball GT at the very beginning. That was pulled over from Dragon Ball GT into Dragon Ball Super. Another thing is the return of Android 17. They had a whole mini arc about it leading up to Super 17, and that was taken from GT and put into Dragon Ball Super. The concept of another set of Dragon Balls, as opposed to the ones that we already have, came from GT. We had the Black Star Dragon Balls, I think they were called. And now we have the Super Dragon Balls from GT. Having Trunks be in a leading role at some capacity for GT came into Dragon Ball Super with the Goku Black arc. So there are things that Akira Toriyama pulled from GT, probably the things that were not so heavy-handed and probably lighter to impose on Super, that he wanted to go ahead and showcase. So it's not completely out of the realm of possibility that one of the most endearing and favorite of the Super Saiyan transformations couldn't make and find its way into Dragon Ball Super. With that said, we'd have to have an excuse on how the Universe 6 Saiyans could transform into Super Saiyan 4s. Well, I thought of one. We don't know much about Universe 6 Saiyans except for the fact that they're peacekeepers. They're still on the Saiyans' original planet, which in Universe 7 got destroyed. They moved to planet Vegeta. In Universe 6, they stayed on the same planet. I think it was called Planet Saddle, and then they thrived on there, becoming peacekeepers. So I propose that the tail that turns you into Uzaru is what pushed the Universe 7 Saiyans into being more evil. I guess is the only real word I can think of. Combative, fighting, evil, sinister, all those things. The rage that comes from the Uzaru tail and the Uzaru transformation pushed them more. And with them losing their original planet, I would theorize that, and then having to go to a new planet, I would theorize that they would have to showcase that they could be the dominant life form on this new planet, and by continuously going into this transformation, and then that probably caught the eye of Frieza, the Frieza Force, and that's where they became mercenaries. So that's what I'm thinking, that the timeline went, the history of the Saiyans in Universe 7 went, and this is where I think it diverged in Universe 6, with them not leaving the planet and staying on their main planet, Planet Saddle, and not going to Planet Vegeta. Then there was no real need for them to become have supremacy over a new planet. And so with that, I would assume that with the earlier Saiyans, them having their tails caused a bit of a problem, because in civilized society they would just be wrecking through buildings and destroying everything. So I would think that, because the description for Universe 6 Saiyans is that they, through evolution, through their own universe, they lost their tails. So I would think that they weeded out the ones that could gain these tails, and then, you know, eventually they had no tails to speak of. But the concept of having tails and being monkeys is still prevalent, because of the fact that Caulifla even states some comments toward, I think it was Kaba or Kale, about, you know, monkey business, or being, you know, kind of slurs of monkey variety. And so what are you talking about, Dragon Ball Black? What are you talking about this? Because if they lost their tails, then how can they gain the tail to become Super Saiyan 4? Well, in Universe 7, we've seen plenty of times where the tail just springs out of nowhere, and, you know, they gain it back, and then they, you know, turn into Uzaru or whatever the case might be. So I'm thinking that somehow, through hopefully an arc that focuses on Universe 6 Saiyans, if they survive the Tournament of Power, this is all if they survive the Tournament of Power. If they die in the Tournament of Power, then that's it. No Universe 6 Saiyans. But I'm thinking that through some sort of scenario where either they're training or they're fighting somebody, maybe one of their tails pop up, and then they transform with that. Through maybe where they're at, they have a lot of blood waves or whatever the case might be, or maybe they don't even need them, because this is going to be kind of different from GT, and then they transform into the Super Saiyan 4s, or they're starting to transform into Uzaru, but they have control over their bodies because they haven't been Uzaru for centuries, and then she becomes like part Uzaru, part human, part Saiyan, and their power completely increases. So that's kind of where I would push the Super Saiyan 4 into the realm of possibility. And it's really interesting, because if we bring this from GT, we don't have to use the same power scaling as GT. It could be completely different. Akira Toriyama and Toei can do something different and make the Super Saiyan 4 transformation viable, and maybe something similar to the Golden Frieza transformation, where it competes with these god forms. I mean, we've seen ass pulls before. Caulifla turned to Super Saiyan, Caulifla turned to Super Saiyan 2 in almost, like, I think it was one episode, might have been two. And then we have Kale turning into a legendary Super Saiyan transformation. So I think it would be pretty kind of in the same pace. Is it just out of nowhere? It wouldn't be out of the space, out of the realm of possibility that she would just transform into the Super Saiyan 4 transformation out of nowhere, and then they'd have like a little explanation of what happened, and then we'd see what kind of power it is. And I would actually like it to have kind of that aura that Golden Frieza and Super Saiyan Blue kind of have, because that kind of, to me, pushes that it's a real deal. Though I wouldn't mind the golden aura that we've had in GT also. And it's, like I said, it's unknown power. We don't know what the power we're gonna have is. We don't know where this is gonna go, because this is completely different. This is not GT anymore. And Kale become, or not Kale, but Broly be a Super Saiyan 4. I think it was in Dragon Ball Heroes and Dragon Ball Fusions, one of those, where, you know, he becomes a Super Saiyan 4 and still in his legendary state. So anyway, guys, that's just my video talking about Caulifla becoming, and Kale becoming Super Saiyan 4s through having a different route of power than the Universe 7 Saiyans. Let me know in the comments section below what you guys think of this. Do you guys think that this should happen? Do you guys think that they should become Super Saiyan 4s, or do you think they should go in a different direction? Maybe they should just become Super Saiyan Blues. Let me know in the comments section below. Drop me a like if you like my video, and this is going to be Dragon Ball Black signing off.